Hello everyone, I Kundan Chandrakar welcome you all to the SWAYAM online course lecture on miscellaneous control and precautions. Here are the contents we will cover in this our lecture. The first one is a work at height, second is a work permit, third one is a step for safe working at height, and the next one is a working at height hazards and control measures, and the next is a hierarchy of control when working at height, and the next one is a inspection and maintenance, training and conclusion. Let us discuss briefly about work at height. Work in any place including a place at or below of the ground, obtaining access to the staircase from such a place while at work, except by a staircase in permanent workplace, where if measures required by a regulations were not taken, a person could fall a distance liable to cause personal injury. Let us discuss briefly about the work permit systems. In order ensure the inevitable hazardous job to carry out safe, it is required to take a permit as a work permit. It is a legal document giving authorized to the contractor to execute a specific job in a specific condition under particular time. Here are the question in coming in our mind. What is work at height? Work in any place from which a person could fall a distance liable to cause personal injury includes excess and egress, work at or below ground level, does not include stairways or sleep or trips on the level. Here are the steps of safe working at height. First one is the avoid. Work at height if you don't have to go up there, don't. Prevents fall. Use an existing place or means of access. Second one is a use the most suitable way of working. The next is a select the most suitable equipments. Let us discuss the fall protection and fall arrested devices. The first one is a safety net, airbags, safety harness and lanyards, and the next one is a fall protection. Let us discuss the ladder part. Ladder is a structure access to the platform. There are the various types. The general types are general is a 9 meters, portable 5 meter, extendable 15 meter, monkey landing for every 6 and 9 meters, fixed ladder minimum 14 centimeter gap with vertical object, and the last one is a rope ladder with aluminum rungs. Here are the image of ladder to various component. The first one is a string, rungs and the distance about the each stairs. Let us discuss safe procedure of ladder. The first point is a 3-point contact, 2 hand, 1 foot or 2 feet, 1 hand when ascending or descending. The second important point is a ratio 1:4, it will be considerable. And the third important point is a safe angle 75 degree for supported. If not supported, safe angle is a 45 degree for unsupported. The next point is a distance between two rugs 25 centimeter to 35 centimeter, that is a ideal. And the next important point is a anti skids at bottom. And the next point is a last rug to be painted for wooden ladder. Rug thickness it almost about 28 mm. And the next iron ladder should painted to identify welding cracks. Rug thickness it all about 19 mm. Let us discuss various types about scaffolding. The first one is a movable, second is a permanent, third is a hanging, fourth one is a wall based. Here are the question coming to our mind. What is a scaffold? In elevated temporary work platform, basically two types. The first one is a supported scaffolding, platform supported by rigged load bearing member and such as poles, legs, frames and outrigged. That is a supported scaffolding examples. When another type is a suspended scaffolding, platform suspended by ropes or other non-rigid overhead supported. That is a suspended scaffolding types. Here are the definition of scaffolds. Scaffold means a temporary providing structure on or from which building workers perform work in connections with building or other construction work. Here are the image of modular scaffolding. Similarly, here are the mobile scaffolding. That is mobile scaffolding to easy to access one location to another location. It is a portable type of scaffolding. Let us discuss the guardrails. Install along open side and ends. Front edge of platform not more than 14 inches from the work unless using guardrail and or PFS. Top rail 38 to 45 inches of tall, mid rail halfway between top rail and platform, toy boards at least 3 to half inches at height. Here are the images of railing supports. This image of top rail and mid rail and floorboard are given in this diagram. Here are the image of scaffolding supports examples: good support, inadequate support in danger of collapse. That two images clearly we are seeing safe condition and unsafe condition. Let us discuss load and height of scaffolding. Load is inversely proportional to the bay of length. Max height of scaffolding is 4 times widely of the scaffolds. Every 9 meters provide a landing. This diagram is donated of full body harness. Let us discuss anchoring point. This is diagram of anchoring point. We are seen in this diagram before fall and after fall. If we are know when fall of any person, the safety anchoring point is major role to secure the person lives. Here are the diagram of tie off adapter. Here are the diagram of safety net. This is widely used in our construction area and high rise building, because any of the objects, person are falling into the ground, safety net is an important role and major equipment to rescue peoples, also save life of any person when fall down in ground. Here are the diagram of mobile elevated working platform. This platform are easy to access any of the above of the ground surface, easily work area provide from the work at height scenario. This platform and this equipment is a modern safety concern equipment. Here are the diagram of work positioning. Work positioning is an important role of any work you can observe or during the operations. Here are the image of no access, no railing. Here are the images of fall arrested system. Let us discuss scaffolding tag system. Tag system should be maintained to know its fitness. Red symbol is a denoted of danger, not in use. Green symbol denoted or okay, all right, and yellow symbol is denoted by work in progress. Here are the images of unsafe scaffolding erections. Here are the images of no fall protection. Let us discuss the another important topic are fragile roof and surfaces. Falling of worker from roof made from fragile surface or recorded as a service accident cause every year. Roof work that are carried out in pitched type are dangerous and required risk management method. This must be carried before the commencement of any work. This fragile surface deteriorate with age due to the exposure to different climate temperature, which result in a loss. Work must hence the started after looking to the condition of roofs. If that is the case, use of scaffolding, ladder and other supported platform becoming essential. Warning sign at suitable location indicates to show that the roof is fragile must be provided. If the roof is fragile, the following measures must be taken. Carrying out the work underneath the roof must be done with the help of working platform. If a working platform cannot be provided, a mobile elevating working platform will work well. This helps the workers to stand on the bucket and carry out the work safely. Situational where the access of fragile roof is not possible, then it is necessary to provide perimeter edge protection and stacking. This helps to spread the load. Some of the fragility reasons seen of roof are: the first point is a deteriorating of roof with age. Second is a corrosion of the roof cladding and fixing. Quality of the original material are poor. The damage due to thermal and impact load. The supporting structure must be damaged to extreme weather conditions. Let us discuss the roof material considered to be fragile are: the first one is a asbestos sheet, second is a on-built up sheeted roof, third is a glass roof lights, fiber cement sheet, metal sheet, corrode 1. Let us discuss the safety devices. Here are the example of safety devices. First one is a full body harness, lanyards regular and rectable, shock absorber, locking snap hooks, no single actions, lifeline as needed and anchoring. Must hold 5000 lbs. Let us discuss work at height includes the use of ladder, step ladders, the use of scaffolding, the use of mobile elevated work platform that is called MEWPS, the use of scaffolds towers, roof work and access to roof, work in lift shafts, rope access, working near the access to pits and excavation. Target is zero accident. All accident can be avoided in the circumstances. Be careful, aware and have the responsible behavior. That is our main target in zero accident method. Let us discuss the another main point is a work at height hazards and control measure. This topic work at height hazards and control measure cover two area. The first one is a work at height hazards and work at height control measure. According to the Health and Safety Executive, working at height or work at height means work in any place where if there were no precaution in place, a person could fall a distance liable to cause personal injury, for example, a fall through a fragile roof, it remaining one of the biggest causes of fatalities and the major injuries. Common case include falls from ladder and through fragile surface. Work at height hazards. These are acts situational and conditional which have the potential to cause harm to anyone working at height. These hazards includes overreaching, failure of fragile surface, ungrounded hole in floors, failure of the elevated work platform, collapse, overturn, etc., poor edge protection, item being poorly stored or secured, work in area without guardrail or cover, poor training, falling objects. Work at height control measures. Here are the series of action that should be taken to manage all the hazards associated with work at height. To set a workable work at height control measure, proper work at height risk assessment should be carried out. This will guide the process of drawing out adequate control measures for the height activity. Let us discuss the important point is a hierarchy of control when working at height. When working at height, hierarchy of control to be followed include: avoid working at height where possible, work from an existing place or work or use of existing means of access and egress, preventing fall using collective protection,
preventing fall using personal protective equipment, provision of work equipment to minimize the distance and consequences of fall, example fall arrest system, instruction and training and work other means. Where possible, work at height should be avoided, usually by carrying out tasks from the ground. If not possible, other hierarchy of control should be adopted. Let us discuss the another point is hierarchy of control as per work at height regulation. Certain hierarchy of measure were taken by the work at height regulations to save the workers from accidents due to the worker at height. They are the accident due to the working at height requirement of working at height is avoided to the maximum. An existing safe place for work in employed. Provision of more equipment oriented work to avoid accidents. The chances of accident due to height and consequences of fall are mitigated. Proper instruction, training to the worker and supervision must be controlled. Use of existing working platform. Here are the existing safe place of work is used to carry out work where possible. This existing work platform is believed not to require additional protections equipment and with is no risk of falling because prevention measures are already in place. Let us discuss the another main point is a preventing fall using collective protection. This means protections everyone who potentially at risk. This involves ensuring the use of safe working platform. Below are the characteristics of the safe working platform. Next point is that the working surface must be stable and of the sufficient strength and rigidity for the purpose. The working platform must rest on the stable and suitability strong surface. The next point is that it must be sufficient size to allow safe use for person, plant and material. The space must be suitable. Should be designed in such a way that fall from platform is avoided. No gap should be left on the platform. Suitable protection such as platform, covering, crawling, board or guardrail must be provided. Measures should be taken to minimize the distance and consequences of any fall. Example, fall arrest system, safety net and air bags. Let us discuss the another point is the preventing fall using personal protective equipment. This could include equipment such as safety belt, body harness which restrict the worker's movement to extent that the fall is not possible. Let us discuss the next point is the minimize consequences using collective equipment. This level on the hierarchy of control again refer to the use of safety net or airbag. This can help to reduce the distance of the fall and also to soften the impact of fall. Let us discuss another point is ensure workers training. Before any worker in assigned with the any task of the working at height, the worker need to properly train. The worker at height training should be covered. What is the working at height? Danger of working at height, who should working at height, safety measure to adopt while working at height, different type of body harness and their suitability. This will help in the choice of the best body harness for the job. They could need harness with the single lanyard or the double lanyard. If all this hierarchy of control are adequately implemented, the hazards of control at working at height would have been greatly managed. Let us discuss the another main point, 11 requirements for working at height. working in height involve various risks and hazards, and it is essentially to address the specific safety requirement to prevent accident and ensure the well-being of the workers. Here are the 11 essential requirements for working at height. The first one is a risk assessment. A risk assessment is a systematic process of identifying, evaluation and controlling potential hazard associated with working at height. Before commencing any work at height, it is essential to ensure workers' safety and minimize the risk of accidents. A thorough risk assessment consists of the following steps: hazard identification, identification all potential hazards worker may encounter while working at height. This may include falling from a height, falling object, unstable surface, equipment failure and weather related hazards. Second is a risk valuation. Once the hazard have been identified, evaluate the risk associated with each hazards, consider the likelihood of the hazards occurring and the severity of potential consequences. If it is does not occur, this is process help to prioritize with hazard required immediately action and control measures. Another important point is a control measure. Develop appropriate control measure to mitigate the risk associated with each identified hazards. This may involve implementing engineering control, administration control and the using of personal protective equipment. Let us discuss the another point: implement and communicate. Put the controls measure into action and ensure that all workers are aware of the hazards, risk and corresponding control measure, providing training as necessary to ensure workers understand their responsibility in maintaining a safe working environment. The next point is a monitoring and review. Regularly monitor the effectiveness of the control measures and review the risk assessment as work progress or when there is changes of work environment, equipment or personnel. Update the risk assessment and control. Measure as needed to maintain a safe working environment. Performing a thorough risk assessment is essentially in mitigate potential dangers and promoting a secure work environment. For employees working at elevated height, by adopting a proactive approach, you can prevent accident and injuries while the addressing of safety regulation and industry best practices. Through a comprehensive risk assessment, you can identify and address potential hazards, creating the safe workplace for everyone involved. The next important point is a proper plan. Proper planning is a crucial for ensuring the safety for worker involved in task at height. It involves organization and corresponding worker activity, resources and personnel to minimize risk and optimize efficiency. Detailed plan for working at height should be include the following element: scope of work, clearly define the task that must be performed at height, their consequence and any potential hazard. This will help identify the appropriate equipment, tool and methods. Another important point is the equipment selection. Choose the most suitable equipment for the task at hand. Consider factors such as the height of the work and the working of size of material and the duration of work. Common equipment optional include ladder, scaffolding and mobile elevated work platform. Ensure that the chosen equipment complies with the relative safety standard and our guidelines. The next important point is a personnel allocations. Assign trained and competent personnel to work at height, considering their experience and qualification. Ensure that they are familiar with the equipment and safety procedure specific to the task they will perform. Time frame and scheduling. Establishment a realistic schedule for the work at height, considering factors such as weather condition, equipment availability and the complexity of the task. Ensure adequate time is allocated for breaks, inspections and any unnecessary adjustment to the plan. The next important point is safety measures. Identifying and implement the necessary safety measures such as fall prevention and protection system, edge protection and safe access, irrigation routes. Ensure that all workers are trained in using these measurements and understand their importance. The next important point is coordination with other activity. Ensure that the work at height is properly coordinated with other activities taken place on the site. This includes communicating with other workers and ensure no fluctuation or safety hazards arises of the overlap activities. The next important point is a contingency plan. Develop contingency plan for the emergencies such as accident and addressing weather condition. Ensure that all workers are familiar with this plan and trained in execute them. The last point is a documentation. Keep detailed record of the planning progress including risk assessment, equipment selection, safety measurements and contingency plan. This document can be served as a referral for future work at height activities and evidence of the compliance with safety regulation. Effective planning prevention, accident, ensuring productivity and meet safety regulation, close cooperations among all stakeholders such as worker, supervisor, safety professional and equipment provider is necessary to achieve this goal. By meticulous planning, potential hazards can be identified and appropriate control measure can be implemented to reduce risk. In additional personnel involvement in work at height must be adequate trained, equipped and informed to the ensure the success of this plan. Let us discuss the another main point, that is inspection and maintenance. Regular inspection and maintenance will increase the useful life of ladders and reduce the number of accidents. Repairs should only be carried out by someone competent and familiar with this kind of work. Ladder found to be defective should be taken out of service and either tagged for repair or scrapped. Once tagged, the ladder must be not be used until repaired. Ideally, the tag should only be removed by the person who took the ladder out of service initially. The tag should be printed in big bold letter with the word of danger, do not use. Let us discuss the another main point is a training. Train each employees to recognize hazards in the use of ladder, such as the first one is a fall hazards in the work area, the procedures of erecting, maintaining and disassembling fall protection system, their proper use of placement, their maximum intended loads, retain employees as necessary to maintain their understanding and knowledge of the safe ladder use. Let us discuss the another point is a conclusion. Work at height safety is a paramount importance of to the work at height safety of paramount importance to protect the lives of workers and ensure smooth operations across industry. By addressing to comprehensive safety measures, promoting a safety first culture and staying updates with the latest advancement, organization can create a work environment that prioritizes safety while boosting productivity and success. With this, we will end our today's lecture here. Thank you for watching this today our session.